Let's talk about Team USA. Let's talk about SDFC in the MLS. Team USA's women lost to Japan. Tough loss. It was a game of spurts last night at Snapdragon Stadium. They lost in the finals of the She Believes tournament. Tough loss. I felt really bad for their veteran goaltender, Jane Campbell. She's 30. She got run over 2 minutes into the game by one of her defenders going for a ball. Ball bounced loose. Japanese player popped it into the open net because she got hit by one of her own people. Second half, with the game tied 1-1, free kick from about 30 yards out. Japanese player hits a rocket shot up high. Jane Campbell goes up, fully extended, right on the corner by the crossbar, makes the save. Otherwise, I thought it was going to go in. Made the save. Ball ricocheted, bounced back in the middle of the box. No help. None of her fullbacks were there to clear the deflection. Japanese player taps it in. Game over. So they wind up losing 2-1. There were chunks of time where they really dominated the Japanese side. They were physical. They got girls, women. They got players into the box for good looks. Japanese goalkeeper made a couple of really big saves. And the most unique aspect is they took one of the global powers, and they were at 1-1 till about the 74th minute before the last goal was scored. And they hung in there with them, and they did it without any of their stars. Rodman's not there. Sophia Smith is not there. Mel Swanson's not there. Rose Lavelle's not there. All have had injury problems and are in recovery mode. And Emma Hayes said in the postgame press conference that, yes, we lost, but we learned so much about ourselves by playing so well at this level against that team. Now, they're going to play Brazil's World Cup team in a couple friendlies in April, and maybe they'll have some of the veteran players back. So I think the arrow is pointed up. I think it was really positive. What they showed in this 4-team tournament, the We Believe Cup. So I'm excited going towards 2026. I think Emma Hayes she is really something in terms of style of play and devising X's and O's. And we haven't seen her full team yet because she's had, as I say, there's 4 of their players have had injuries or are playing other places in other leagues who got hurt. So we haven't seen Rodman yet, in 100% health with Swanson and all these others. So I'm optimistic there. San Diego FC, MLS, second game of the season, Saturday, Snapdragon Stadium. St. Louis comes to town. And now we'll see as they take the next step forward. I think it's going to be a zoo. I bet they might have 30,000 to see SDFC in their second game go for their second win of the year. But the one thing we saw was Chucky Lozano made plays. The next thing we saw was Anders Dreyer's got a wicked shot from a lot of different angles, scored both the goals in their win against the LA Galaxy. Third thing we saw, they pushed the ball up the field, that they play with great intensity and great physicality, and their back end has got a lot of experience, along with CJ Dos Santos, the goalkeeper. I really like what I've seen so far. Granted, it was only one game. But it was against the Galaxy, and it was up there, and they shut those fans up. So we'll see what they do against St. Louis on Saturday night, but this looks like it's a pretty good side. I'd still like to see more goal scoring from other people, but the fact that Dreyer's had both goals on setups from Chucky Lozano, that's pretty good because they were checking and marking Lozano right out of the game, and yet he got possessions and he made passes that were really critical. So soccer fan, you watch Team USA on Wednesday night? Your response? Did you see SDFC in their opening win? What do you think of the makeup of this team? Chat box is open. And John Riley says,
just one quick note on each storyline. For Team USA, one of the things I like is that they've got competition now. Because there was a while there where they were winning the World Cup each cycle, right? Like 3 or 4 of them in a row.
Gone through a change into the guard.
Yeah, but still, America was the dominant beast mode in all of women's soccer. So it's nice to see the other nations bringing it up, which really just raises the stature of women's sports up. And that's all good.
Now, it's a challenge, though, because this is a much younger team than the teams we've seen in the past. And they've had 2 or 3 really good runs through World Cup global competition with different veterans at different levels, and all those players have now pretty much retired.
Yeah, yeah, but they still keep churning out the talent. So love that. Emma Hayes, I think, is a terrific leader. As far as SDFC is concerned, they say they're playing St. Louis, and is it going to be on the road or home?
Here.
Oh,
Snapdragon.
Here. Okay, great. I mean, that's going to be great. This will be the home opener. But I'll tell you this: about 2 or 3 years ago, I was in St. Louis with my son and our cousin, and we all went to see a Cardinal game at the new Busch Stadium, which is great. And our hotel was right there in downtown St. Louis, and we were right near the soccer stadium. And it's this brick building, and it's beautifully integrated into the kind of the urban downtown.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had a bunch of practice fields that were like adjacent to our Holiday Inn.
Right.
So St. Louis seems like that a good thing going with that team.
I was out in El Cajon maybe 12 months ago, and I drove by where they were building their practice facilities. It's out at Sequan.
Yeah.
And it's phenomenal what they've developed and the amount of money they've poured in, and that is their soccer headquarters for training and all that, and the academies and all the young players that'll come through there. So they're doing it correctly. And obviously the brand has changed, and it's just not a soccer team. Now it's a whole soccer facility that deals with players of all different backgrounds, all different levels, and the academy structure, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's interesting because I was reading in your best 15 that Man City, or was it Man United, was having a big layoff. There were
Man United.
It was Man United to kind of get financial right size. And I started thinking about that. What, other than the players in the front office, what are the other employees in a soccer team? But you were talking about the academies and kind of their minor leagues, and
the marketing, and they have programs at all different age levels, a development feeder system.
So that's a corporation right there.
Yeah, and it's also Man U has a women's program. Emma Hayes came from Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea's got a legendary English Premier League franchise, but their whole operation incorporates also a very good English Women's Premier League franchise. And if they get all those academies that train young women in different age groups in different competitions, it's like it's the minor leagues.
Yeah, but there's been some cases of NBA and WNBA teams in the same city owned by the same person. Is that true?
Yes.
Like, I don't know who it was, because I thought at one time they were meant to be, having some linkage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if it was with the league overall or linkage with particular
teams.
The
Phoenix Suns and the Lakers, they own the WNBA teams early on.
The Sparks,
yeah. When those franchises launched, the league launched. It was a whole marketing thing.
Okay.
Now the league has grown, and it's owned by different individuals.
Okay.
So those are all things. We've covered everything. I've emptied it all out on the table, topics on the table. You know where we stand. We want you now to join us with Fans Forum.